Hi guys, Alice Taylor down here at Lytham Golf Academy, and today we're going to take a look at some irons from a brand new golf company, New Level Golf, forged irons, 4 models. Let's have a look at the heads, bit of a close-up, hit some shots and give you a general view on whether these might be some new irons for you. So guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome down to Ali Taylor Golf. Click the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. Let's make sure you get my videos as soon as they land. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, also under Ali Taylor Golf. But for now, let's look at these new irons from New Level Golf. Right then guys, so we've got the 4 different model of irons. I'm going to start with the 610. I'm going to hit 5 shots, real balls on GC Quad. I'm going to use the Flight software. We've got the 17th hole at Blue Bayou. Like I said, 5 shots, more of an overview on this on looks and feel. But starting with the 610, I think it's a decent sized club head, reasonably thin top line, not the thinnest I've seen, but I love the fact that all 4 of these models are forged. But let's go 5 shots into the green with this one. Right then guys, so I thought 610 looked good, thought felt nice and soft, which I do love forged product, and like I said before, do you think New Level are onto a winner with all 4 models? But I thought 610 launched fairly high and decent ball flight. So let's switch across from 610 onto 623. So definitely more kind of muscle back look. We've got little bit of forgiveness on the toe and heel strikes, and as you put this one down behind the ball, this definitely looks most like the blade for me. Very thin top line, slightly smaller head. Again, we know it's going to feel nice because it's forged, but let's go 5 shots with this one. Right guys, that was interesting, and it'll be very interesting when we look at numbers there. There was one there that I felt I got a bit more towards the toe and definitely seemed to affect the performance. And visually, they looked a little bit more spinny for me. Now, personally, I wouldn't mind that, because I think some of the modern irons now are so strong in loft that they're just, the spin's low and they're trying to stop the ball just with height. But so far, the 623, for me, definitely preferred the look and feel of that. So we're going to switch from that one now into the 902. Again, so as we get looking at the club head, you know, more of a cavity back, little bit kind of milled out at the back, maybe to give a little bit more forgiveness on there. A more compact head, but a little bit thicker on the top line. So I think a lot of guys will actually really like the look of this model. Again, let's go 5 shots, see how it performs. was interesting because I thought 902 still felt very, very soft, but definitely felt a little bit quicker off the face than the last couple of models. Again, love the look. Probably prefer the slightly shorter head length on this than the 610. Don't mind the slightly thicker top line, but I think the 623 probably would edge it still on looks for me. So that'll move us into the final iron. So the 1031. So definitely looks lots of forgiveness in this. Looks like there's still a little bit of massa club head behind those kind of lower strikes as well in the middle. We look at the top line, I still think this is a fairly compact head and that thicker top line. So probably for me, looking down looks a bit more like the 902. But let's hit 5 shots, see how this performs. Right, so again, I thought ball speed felt really, really good off the club face. Again, we'll get a look at those numbers shortly from quad. So definitely felt quick off the face, felt very, very forgiving. And again, feel-wise is fantastic. Love the forged stuff. I know I say that a lot, guys, but I think forged product is by far the best feeling out of that and cast. But let's get across, let's look at some numbers and let's see how New Level Golf's irons are performing. Right guys, so we looked through the 4 different models. We've got 610, 623, 902 and 1031. Now all felt great. Slightly different feeling head to head for me, just with the design of the heads. But we could see ball speed's pretty consistent, as I'd maybe expect 902 and 1031. A little bit quicker off the face as a general rule, being the most forgiving. All launching round about the same angle, which was good. And certainly for me, spin, pretty decent on those. There was a couple that weren't quite out the middle, but decent spin numbers for very traditional loft 7-irons, not cranked really, really strong like they would be in certain manufacturers. And certainly with the carry distances of 163, 160, 166 and 168, quite close together. But for me, certainly the 623, I just had one of those strikes that wasn't quite there. So you could see on the average, the drop off a little bit bigger. But all in all, really, really good performance. Right then guys, so we can see the performance on the 4 models there, all very, very good, very consistent. Now all those 7-irons around that 32, 33 degree loft, which is really, really good. You know, for me, a lot of the manufacturers getting stronger and stronger with 7-iron, which is kind of okay because a lot of guys need that extra helping distance. But it does also mean that the further you hit in 7-iron, kind of the bigger the gap in the wedges. So I love the fact that these guys are keeping those lofts a little bit more true. Certainly, I love the fact that I did a poll on Twitter about 2 or 3 days before I did this video as to whether guys would want forged or cast clubs for their next irons. And 86% of guys came back that they wanted forged. So New Level Golf really tapping into a market there that all 4 of their models are forged. So great feel, really good performance, but as ever, you need to get fitted as correctly as you can to make sure those clubs best suit you. And certainly within those 4 models, there's some different options in there. Right, so I could definitely see guys putting those in the bag. I could also see the fact that you could split some of the sets maybe towards maybe some of the more forgiving models in the longer irons and then maybe going a bit more bladed. So maybe some combo sets in there as a bit of a mixture. Only doing 4 to pitching wedge. So I know obviously looking to get you into hybrids. For someone like me, I'd love to see maybe 2 or 3 iron available. Possibly something for the future for those. But I mean, all in all, they look great, they feel great and perform as you would hope they would perform. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, like and share it, comment below. I'll get back to as many of you as I can. Hit the subscribe button below, ring the notification bell. Let's make sure I get my stuff to you as soon as it's landed. Follow me on my social media platforms, also under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with you some of my guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.